What's up guys, back to another Konosuba video. In today's video we are going to go over a few characters you should save for next in Konosuba. Um, First things first, I will say two of these units are general pool units, so I'd advise most players, and especially the free-to-play players, to skip these. However, they are noticeably better than the other characters that are releasing with them, so I will give them a mention for if you spend money or you don't really care about, meta or whatever it may be, and you're like, oh, I like these characters, go ahead. But most of you should save for the second anniversary ones. But let's go over the two characters and an honorable mention that are good before we get into the second anniversary characters. So, first off, we have Snow Cecily. She should probably be like the start of next month or sometime next month, as I'm a little not really surprised because obviously they can only have so many banners in the month, but she is like just shy of being in this month. She's pretty good. She has 113 lightning magic basic. She has a 130, 153 of above 70% HP, small party heal over time, and then her last skill is a 135 AoE that gives you a party tier 1 lightning damage buff for 12 seconds. Very good in lightning. Just the heal is very nice. The lightning buff is really good. If you've used Casualia, you'll know that the wind buff she gives is pretty solid. I have her on my wind team at the moment. Haven't been able to test it out too much, but I'm excited to when I can. So this Cecily is really good. Plus, on the JP version, let me see if I can scroll down to it. I believe her ults were buffed. I'm not really, I don't think we've gotten them yet. Yeah, okay, so she has the tier 3 magic defense debuff, physical defense debuff, and then the second version is attack and magic weapon a tier 2 agility debuff, and then on her other ult, it's the medium party heal tier 3 magic attack debuff, and then she has another one on JP that is a party heal over time and a party tier 2 agility buff. So a lot of ults to work with, honestly. You can use her for whatever you need to, if you need a heal, whatever it may be, but she's going to be pretty good in lightning. Then next up is Casino Melissa. Now Casino Melissa doesn't do anything crazy. She gives herself a tier 2 agility buff and then just does more damage if above 70% HP. But her first skill is the one that would probably get the most use, which is if above 30% gauge, consume all of it and deal 295% instead of 171. So you could probably get some good damage off if you have a gauge up unit when Melissa comes out. Other than that, she's pretty much just used for her party buff trait, which is physical up and water damage up. We were supposed to get a water Komeko that did the water trait, but since she was Halloween, we didn't get her, so this is our first water party trait buffer. And, of course, special shout out to Veneer, who comes out with her, who's also pretty solid. The only problem with him is if you have Erica, you're not gonna use him. He does a party tier 2 agility buff as well as Erica, and he has a fire damage cut. However, I think Erica's ult is just nicer because you're running her with Aqua and a physical unit at this time. And Veneer also can't be healed, so when you use Aqua's ult, it doesn't really do anything for him, so he's more likely to die. Other than that, though, he is usable if you do not have Erica. If you happen to pull him with Melissa, because I will say they are at the same time, so that is nice, but they are all general pool units. Do keep that in mind, so don't go too crazy with them, because the two units you should save 100% for is the second Annie, Yun and Iris. Now, Yun is better than Iris. Iris has aged a little bit on JP just because of how colossally good characters are getting on that side. But for us, they'll be the best two light characters in the game. Yun, by the way, look at her crazy EX skill. Gauge up and magic up is just wild. But she has a 105 light magic damage basic that does 131 if the target is debuffed. Then she has a 128 AoE light magic that does 166 if they're debuffed and a party 4-second cooldown cut. Then she has a 154 that turns into 205 if above 7% HP single target that does a tier 2 resist shred debuff. It's pretty good. Pretty much with her, you'd use the red shred, right? and then oh, cooldown cut, and then boom, oh, I have red shred again. Bop, go crazy. Plus you have Union's ult because she is a light unit. Her light ults are gonna go crazy just because of that, and they boost your magic and physical. So if you're running her on a physical light team, you can get away with it because her whole kit is just helping the team red shred and then cooldown, and then her ult is giving physical attack too. Kind of a crazy unit, I will say. I'm glad Union is getting some love because the Christmas Union, that funny enough is right above her, is not the craziest unit I've ever seen. And then there is Iris, who I will say I'm not a huge fan of just because I've never really liked how Iris kind of just has her own thing. It doesn't really help the team. But she does a 105 light physical basic and a self tier 2 physical attack buff. Then her first skill is 122 up to 158 if above 7% HP, and a self tier 3 light and elementalist damage buff. This is because she has a light ult and a elementalist ult. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I'd ever pick the elementalist ult over the light heal, but you know, it is what it is if you do. And then her last skill is a 164, 219 if above 7% HP, single target, light physical damage, and a self 30% ultimate gauge charge. She's going to be really, really, really good, and I'm sure that unless you just have every meta unit, you're probably going to be able to run her in the back line. Her EX skill isn't anything crazy though. It's just attack and elementalist up, which not really any unit is gonna benefit from. Like I guess like darkness in a sense with the mask ult, but like that's really specific. Yeah, I mean she's gonna be doing a disgusting amount of damage, but once she gets power crept, there's really no reason to use her. But of course that's not gonna be for a while for global, so don't think that this is any reason not to summon. I personally am just not the hugest fan of Iris as a character with how she functions, but Yun Yun is going to be disgustingly good for a long time. And that's pretty much going to be it for the video. Let me know if you have a character you're looking out for, if you're going to save for these characters. Do note that if you are hoarding 4-star tickets, the Melissa and let me scroll up to her, the Casino Melissa, and of course I have to scroll all the way up for Cecily. Yes, the Snow Cecily and the Casino Melissa are going to be your best bet for using those 4-star tickets. If you would like to save them past them, I'll probably make this video again once we are past the 2nd year anniversary, just to help you guys out. The power creep from that is going to be insane, by the way, because I started JP, I think, right around Shield Hero. I started paying attention to right around there, so I like look back on some of the units, and that's when I was like, holy crap, it is a whole different ball game. We're slowly getting to that point where a lot of characters are going to have crazy skills and EX skills compared to units we had during year 1 of Konosuba, or in fact just going up to the 2nd year. But other than that, like I said, that'll be it for the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Konosuba content. I'll catch you on the next Konosuba video.